Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Puzzle Agent 2. So, last episode. Let's talk about last episode. We start off on a great note when we enter this room. We've got this new character introduced. She loves puzzles apparently, and she's like the perfect match for our main character. And then we go and do some of these optional puzzles that were over here. And one of them required us to have apparently memorized pi to, I believe it was the 5th and 6th digit, or look up pi to the 5th or 6th digit. Don't worry, there's no point we've seen so far in the game that tells you what pi is, or even anything in really the puzzle that explained that that was the number you were supposed to input, or that the puzzle had anything to do with pi. It just, well, that was the solution. So, just a god-awful puzzle. Really, completely terrible. And then right next to it, we have another puzzle that would have had, you had to just figure out that they were using coins to represent binary, and that they wanted the next binary number. And no indication it had anything to do with binary. It was just coins. It's like two really, really bad puzzles. Then they reference here to the second puzzle of the game that was a really, really bad puzzle, because they're just so obscure. They're not giving you any hint at all. If somebody went up to you and said, "I have a riddle. Here, what is the answer to the riddle?" You would just like laugh at them. You wouldn't go, "Oh, I know the answer to your riddle." You'd say, "You have to tell me what the riddle is. You have to give me some hint as to what I'm even supposed to respond. Do you want a number? Do you want a name? Do you want a sentence?" That's what these puzzles are like. It's like, here, tell me the answer. I'm not going to give you any help. Nobody wants to do that. Even if you were a hardcore riddle puzzle person, you still want to do good puzzles. You want hints. Puzzles are supposed to be solvable. They're not supposed to be conundrums that take all of eternity and never are solved. Anyways, let's get off that rant. Let's actually talk to this character now, because we spent so much time last time on these bad puzzles. Let's move the story forward, which I am enjoying the story. Surprisingly, I'm just not enjoying the gameplay.
You mentioned a note. Are you the one who slipped a note with a puzzle under my door?
Forgive the theatrics, Agent Tethers. I knew your reputation, but I had to be sure you had what it takes.
So now we get to question her.
Your puzzle had a list of all the missing people in Scoggins for over a decade.
I've been keeping track. Somebody has to.
There's a name I didn't recognize. Halder Magnuson.
Halldór. He was my partner.
Business partner?
8 years ago, he went into the woods. Never came back.
So there's the setup there. Here's the irony, is we're gonna find Halldór after falling head over heels for this girl, and then totally nudge ourselves out of the potential romantic path.
What does this mean? Isaac Davner does not exist.
Finally, you're asking the right questions.
Test pilot Ed Davis? But that's Isaac Davner.
And look at the date of that article.
16 years ago. And that's just a few weeks before the date of the first missing persons case.
Exactly.
So that person disappeared in a test pilot accident, I assume, to outer space, and then he arrived somehow magically here with a new personality. So is everyone in this city actually somebody else who was either abducted by aliens or somehow magically died and reincarnated on this planet in this city? That would be amazing. The mysteries that they're proposing are really, really awesome. Sadly, I think they're not gonna sell it. I don't think they're gonna wrap it up well. It's gonna be it would be quite a success if they did, but let's just move forward, I guess, and find out more.
How are the hidden people tied into all this?
Seriously, Agent Tethers? Maybe I misjudged you. Are you here to investigate a crime? Or to chase after forest gnomes, like those gullible fools in the Brotherhood cult?
So again, we get this response that's just like the hidden people don't exist. The entire first game, apparently we were hallucinating. I wonder if it's not just the city of this, the people of the city make a mystery through some kind of collective consciousness every couple of days. And they change things around. Let's ask about the lodge, I suppose.
None of this explains how Bjorn and his Brotherhood cult is involved.
Think clearly, Nelson. That lodge has been a part of the town for decades. The disappearances started only 16 years ago. There is only one explanation. Ed Davis, your Isaac Davner, is a serial murderer.
But the hidden people, I saw them take Isaac away.
Smokescreen. Davner disappeared just as you were getting too close. You're the only one who can find him and stop him.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know what to think. I need some gum.
Let me see your map. I have marked approximately where in the woods Haldor disappeared. Once the FBI showed up, Ed Davis ran back into hiding.
But
you want to find Isaac Davner? Head back to the scene of his crimes.
That does make sense.
all right, I'll do it. Someone has got to investigate.
Come back whenever you find something, Nelson. I'll be out. I can stay up all night.
Well then.
So then you kind of have to wonder, since he was the only person in the room there, was that all hallucination? Does she look completely different? Is there even a person in that room? Or am I just hallucinating again? Can't do anything with the moon. It's nighttime now.
At least the eraser factory's up and running again. Scoggins' only exports are erasers and weirdness.
So we have to move forward, I suppose, to this X marks the spot. There really wouldn't be any reason to go to the campgrounds or the inn or the lodge, the Museo Diner.
I've arrived at the point Korka marked on my map. No signs yet of anyone here.
What's funny here is you'd have to almost start completely from scratch to remake this game or its predecessor. You'd have to just like new visual and audio assets. You'd have to do new puzzles. With the new puzzles, you'd have to use a new upgrade to the engine at the very least, and if you're going to do a new engine, you might as well change the engine. You could pretty much do the same kind of game using something like Unreal or Unity easier than you could remaking this actual game with this actual art style. But the concept of a puzzle agent theory still is somewhat appealing. It depends on how many bad puzzles we get.
That's Edvard, one of the members of the Brotherhood cult. Got to find out what he's...
Now we're chasing after him. I suppose that's supposed to pass for a high action scene there, chasing after a person at 3 or 4 frames a second, maybe 6 frames. Help Nelson navigate a path through the woods to Edvard by arranging sections of the forest. Make sure there's a complete path from Nelson to Edvard. All pieces must be placed when submitting. Alright, so make a maze. We can figure this out. And we're just trying to get where we're trying to get. And there's a different style of connections, but then the edges have to always be kind of green, don't they? This seems like it would just go right here, and then so we know this is wrong, and we know this is wrong. And I think this one's wrong. And I think this one might be right. Because he's going to come up. Maybe this, the problem here is this one. And then maybe that one. How about that one? So that's not it either. Well, this is certainly not it. And we tried this one, so let's try this one. No, that's not it either. Maybe it starts with this. And if that's the case, then we need something to connect. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. And that's not it. So it can't be the green one. It can't be... It could be the ice one though. See, the ice one here would connect. That one would close that off. That would connect there. So go this way, up, and switch that around. Switch that one around. I think I may have found it. Let's see. This one up here sadly doesn't connect. How about this? Up this way? Nope. How about this? Nope. This does connect if I could find a different path. Yes, so come up this direction, go all the way this way, and then I bet this... Nope. This can't be the right way. So from here to there. So if I switch this one, no. Come up here, come down there. Come up here, come down there. Come up here. This one would connect. Come up this way, go this way, this way, this way. Jeez. Seems rather difficult for a story-based one. Nelson has to walk into each section of forest at least once. That's good to know. And we're starting with that one. That's good to know. So... I don't know if that really helps enough. Sadly, I just don't think it does. Because we come up this way, go through here, go down here, and through that. Oh, I do believe I figured it out. So he's gonna try every single path first. But we got it. Well, it actually did miss a path. Seems like maybe bears to the right or bears to the left. We still needed to use 2 things, so we only got excellent. While most of the sections fit with each other to make a path, the key is to making a path that doesn't result in a dead end. It's almost like this game, if it had more story and could go about 10 hours without any puzzles, or very few puzzles, that on itself would be a fine interactive story experience.
Edvard
or maybe it should just be a non-video game at all, like a cartoon or YouTube video. That might also be a better way to tell this tale. And then it almost makes sense to just have a puzzle game that's more focused on the puzzles so that the puzzles would be good. That might be the better solution for a video game, is just give me good puzzles. Unfortunately, you get a lot of puzzle games, particularly hidden object puzzle games, that really aren't well thought out and well made. They're just kind of thrown out there and sold to you for 99 cents, or hopefully not too much more than that. And they don't even really earn that dollar. What is this? That's like one of the people that worked at the police station. Oh.
I can't believe it, but I found the body of an astronaut. I don't want to, but I've got to see.
So the dream comes back into play. Or is it going to be another dream and he's going to wake up after he opens this? See, he's still seeing these guys. So either he's gone crazy or something else is going on.
Nelson, I didn't hear you come in.
Really? He's screaming the whole time. Once again, we have just this super fast cut to the next scene. They've got like no transitions going on here at all. No fade to black, no crossfade, nothing as far as any visual aspect. It's like the person that helped make this game for the animator didn't know any of those things. And I mean, was this game completed 100% by interns? It seems like just basic cinematic concepts are missing, basic gameplay concepts seem to be sometimes missing, storyline missing, plot and dialogue pacing seems to be weirdly missing. It seems so strange. But let's talk to her, I guess. That's what we
I
have
went
to
to
do.
the spot you marked in the woods.
Did you find that, Davis?
More than that. I saw one of Bjorn's cult members out there, probably covering up the scene of the crime.
Why now?
Bjorn must have seen us talking, or the sheriff. It's a conspiracy.
Conspiracy?
Let's talk about the hidden people again.
The hidden people! The forest is full of them! Staring, whispering.
You've been in Scoggins too long. You're chasing shadows.
I found the body of an astronaut.
An astronaut.
Like in my dreams, but real.
As real as the hidden people?
Yeah, it seems more and more likely I've just lost it.
You don't believe me. The hidden people, the Brotherhood, the astronaut. It's all connected.
This is
Maybe
X-Files
you have uncovered
completely.
something. Where did you see this astronaut?
It was, I don't know. I got turned around, but I know I saw it.
If you did see something, there's nothing you can do tonight.
You're right. I'll check it out tomorrow. Good night.
He is from the Hermes 2. Badge was on the patch was on the astronaut, so he could do some research there. And so he mails his next voice thing. It wouldn't even surprise me too much if he disappeared right now and we started playing as the girl.
A night's rest is exactly what I needed to clear my head. Even in
looked up.
daylight, I'd never be able to find that astronaut on my own. But I can pay a visit to the lodge to find out what the Brotherhood was doing in the forest.
It's the same guy skiing as the day before. But the day didn't reset because Daryl was standing there before. Let's see. Grab this gum. Grab this gum. Grab this gum. See if there's anything more. Let's look at the fence. And it's just a different way in. Grab this gum. Grab that gum. Apparently I could go upstairs. Let's go upstairs before we talk to the lady. I bet there's some optional puzzles we're missing.
If Isaac Davner was using an assumed name, that explains why these files have so little information about his life before Scoggins. But it doesn't explain what Ed Davis has to do with the hidden people. I've been looking through these files for weeks, but I still can't see how everything is connected.
Wait a minute, how could he have been looking through the files for weeks? Interesting. I could click on the bed, but I think I'd sleep again. Let's talk to her.
Hi, Mrs. Garrett.
Hello, Agent Tethers. I hope you had a good night.
I did, actually, thanks to a mysterious benefactor.
Oh, it's not that mysterious. I'm sure she just... I mean, whoever it was just hated the thought of you being out there in the dark and cold.
So we've got a lot of new things we can talk to her about, I guess. Maybe they're new, or maybe they're going to be repeats.
Mrs. Garrett, was anyone pressuring you to keep me from checking in?
What? Oh, no. That business about the vacancies was just, a clerical error. Oh, silly me.
Well, okay.
It's just that some people don't trust outsiders because they see this town as a family. A brotherhood of Scoggins, if you will. But that's no reason to be inhospitable.
So she points the finger directly at the Brotherhood.
Is there anyone else staying in the hotel?
To be honest, no. Why do you ask?
Somebody left a strange note under my door last night. Couldn't see who it was.
So I could have had this
I
conversation
was at the desk all night.
at the right
I didn't see
point.
or hear anyone come in or out.
But I already now know that who the visitor was.
Has anyone in town actually seen the hidden people?
Agent Tethers, that's just crazy talk. The only gnomes in Scoggins are the little wooden ones.
Speaking of that, what happened to your collection from the window?
Oh, those? I sold them to that nice man Steve at the diner. Made a tidy profit, too.
Let's keep asking about the hidden people.
Nobody's ever mentioned actually seeing one of the hidden people?
Oh, Agent Tethers, they're just stories people tell to make the long winters more interesting. Nobody really believes in that. Except that poor Bo Murphy, I guess. And Steve, over at the diner. Oh, and the Brotherhood, of course.
Who's Bo Murphy?
Have you seen Bo Murphy? The last time I saw him, he was in the alley talking to someone. I was hoping to ask him some questions about it.
Bo Murphy? Well, I haven't seen him in... Oh my, how long has it been since I've seen him? Must have been around the time you were here last.
That's been quite some time.
Mumbled something about going into the woods to finish a conversation. Haven't seen him since.
So Bo Murphy was the guy that kind of looked like Where's Waldo? What's his name in other languages? It's not Waldo. It's something else. But in the first game, they said he couldn't even remember to feed himself properly, and he's been missing this long. He's probably dead at this rate.
Did you file a missing persons report with the sheriff for Bo Murphy?
Oh my, no. I didn't even realize he was gone until you mentioned it. Bo was always a little unusual, even before he started talking about the whispers. I'm sure he'll be back before you know it.
Tell me about the hot dish.
I'm actually kind of curious about that hot dish I've been hearing about.
Oh, sorry, Agent Tethers. We really are out of the hot dish for real, I'm afraid. It's been a bad winter for moose meat, and the man who usually delivers the cilantro has gone mysteriously missing.
So now we know it was moose meat and cilantro, at least. At least it's probably a food.
So long, Mrs. Garrett.
You stay safe out there.
So if I go out this way, I don't think I can actually go in the alleyway. I think I just walk out through that.
Next time I see that cross-country skier, I need to remember to ask him if he's seen anything. It's possible he's not a local, which means he might actually be helpful.
Cross-country skier. And now who's Daryl? He's right back. That's... Alright, let's go talk to Daryl, I guess. There's nothing new to say. So we just creepily turn around without saying a thing. That's weird. So we need to go, I guess, investigate the Brotherhood. And that's what we will do in the next recording. Wow, we've used more hints than the number of puzzles we've solved at this rate. We're not doing well on this group of puzzles. Not doing well at all. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.